So first we'll do the setup for other followers as well. So let me just drop the link. Damn, Bogdan's hair looking good. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we have first person entered the chat. I'm gonna also connect the live stream from YouTube so I'm able to see. Oh, 7 people, guys. How are you? Nice. Let me just pull up the chat so I can see your questions, comments, and other things as well. Actually, today recording. Where do you live, Bogdan? I live in Los Angeles. Can I speak English? Yes, you can. If you have some questions, write your questions in English and I will be replying one by one. Nice, we have 17 people. Okay, the Pathfinder by Bogdan is live, so I'm able to see the chat as well. Let's wait for a little bit more of people. I'll just drop the live stream link in my Telegram chat and we'll just go one by one. I wanted to answer your questions and also, I would say, discuss some topics. Hey Bogdan, how are you? Today is 3 days before the full moon. Usually I'm a little bit slower, more intentional. I'm fasting right now. It's been 16 hours since I ate last time. So I'm doing this on purpose because, as some of you know, I track everything and I went through already 10 months of different moon cycles. So I know the strategy how to work with this, but it's not easy. That's why I try not to drive pre-full moon. I got my groceries in advance already, so I'm slower now during the pre-full moon and full moon. That's why I adjust the strategy. And you see, when I was telling my parents that, oh, I have headaches from time to time, they say, go to a doctor, do an MRI. But look, for 21 days, I have nothing. And then for 9 days, sometimes it's like hell. So it's not about doctors or MRI. It's about personal settings, if you know what I mean. Okay, let me just drop the link for other people who want to join. We are live. Tune in. Okay, the Pathfinder by Bogdan is live. Okay. Okay, so I see you're dropping questions. I'm gonna probably for a couple of minutes wait for more people and we'll just move on. I'll also attach the link for other guys on YouTube. Guys, how do you feel? Drop the number, what streak are you on and why are you practicing semen retention? I want to see. Okay, I'm dropping the link on YouTube. Tune in, Bogdan is live. Awesome. On Instagram, people will find out. Damn. Okay, 39 people. That's good. So let's get started. Okay, I'll go one by one. Bogdan, can you answer my questions? Yes, I can. And drop the questions that you have. Okay. Okay, somebody has we have a case study. Hello Bogdan, I'm 21 years old. I have been on journey currently 32 days full semen retention. Your video with Rin opened me so much possibilities and life changing. You see, everything is connected. Sometimes we share a thought or drop a video, or I got a download to invite Rin, and now this video affected 50,000 of people around the world. How cool is that, right? We have a universal web. Greetings, Bogdan. How are you? As I said, I'm good. I'm just warming up a little because it's pre-full moon and I'm a little bit slow than usual. Is patience the number one key to be successful with SR? Good question, but patience. I would say it's important to study yourself and to be an investigator of your sexuality, of your triggers, and yourself personally. Whatever works for me might not work for you. What helped me a lot to get on such a long streak is constantly reading books about this topic. And I'm a big nerd when it comes to Reddit. I collect the patterns. So if you relapse, let's say it's day 27, you have to ask yourself why that happened. What did trigger me? So not let it slide and repeat the same thing. I constantly investigated my relapses, like before I tried to delegate my mental state to doctors or to somebody else who would save me. But then I'm like, no, who would know myself better than me? I have to study what works. That's why how I figure out the full moon. Somebody might say, guys, it's a bullshit, it's a placebo. But come on, if it worked already 10 months non-stop, which means it applies to me. So you have to patience, yes, one day at a time. But also, if you keep repeating the same pattern of a relapse, you have to find the blind spot. This is how I say. Any tips when struggling to get behind a few days? Yes, I have some tips. So if you're struggling after 2 days, you relapse every 2-3 days, set a goal for 3 days or 2.5 and try something new. For example, what's your daily schedule? What's your sleep? Try to add a prayer, maybe 20 minutes on an empty stomach. Read a prayer before you jump on another day. Okay, prayer doesn't work. What about gym? Every time change a toolkit and see what works. That's it. When you do an interview with Marlon, the messenger, I think I DM'd this guy or sent an email. He didn't respond. So I don't know, maybe one day. What happens if you fast on SR? Okay, that's a good question and an important one. When you do fasting on SR, let's say 16-hour water fast or 24-hour water fast, the reason why I skip the breakfast these days simply because when you are hungry, hunger becomes a top priority of a body rather than lust. If I have a full breakfast, let's say it's eggs, ham, salad, or especially lots of meat, and then eat something sweet, I'm gonna get super full, and couple of hours later, lust knocks in. So I satisfied my primary need, and now I want simply to procreate. So we're like lustful thoughts. The hunger takes over, and the lust doesn't bother you. That's why, especially during the pre-full moon or full moon, I fast in order to replace lustful thoughts and stay clean and intentional, if you know what I mean. Okay, we have a celebration. Somebody has 1 day streak so far. Brother, that's the beginning. The first day is the hardest. Actually, no, not the first one. Depending on how you relapsed, if that was a corn and a binge, first day is usually cool because you got lots of dopamine. But the hardest one can be the second one, the third one, the fifth one. Usually, like first couple of weeks after the relapse are hell because your brain invites you back to repeat the same experience. Okay, we have more people connecting. Thank you guys. Glad to see you actually on Sunday that you decided to spend your time with Bogdan. So moving on. 1 day streak. Okay, 32. I want to be in my highest potential, brother. On SR, there is no other option. Think about this. Other men, we're not judging, but people relapsing every 1 or 2 days. if you found out about SR, you will be successful, guaranteed. Okay, then day 158 for Bob. Bob, this is serious. Welcome to the triple digit club. 260 plus days and doing this for spiritual reasons. Wow, guys, we have some triple digits champions here. 260 days in 2026. Are you kidding? This is such a big accomplishment. Brother, keep going, but stay vigilant and patient because the lessons are coming. I'm not trying to program you, but that's real. Okay, 29 days, get closer with God. I agree. This is actually super important. You have to find a spiritual foundation on your SR journey. Right now, daily, I'm reading a prayer, a psalm for a Bible, and I feel how I get like, you know, spiritual protection. My thoughts are different. If I get lazy or I skip, I notice the difference. Everybody, whatever you believe in, whatever your religion, if you believe in the universe, the stars, you have to find some power that is higher than you, and it will help you a lot on this journey. Okay, somebody says only 12 days, ha ha ha, but I feel great. I do it to please God. I think God is happy for you. 12 days, brother. You have to buy a t-shirt, 12 days club, and start selling this already. Be an entrepreneur. Oh my God, Bogdan is warming up with the jokes and shoulder dance. Come on, guys. Happy to see how many? 39 people. Nice. But if somebody's sleeping or, for example, wanted to be on a live stream, but met a Hari or a Betty 10 out of 10, and now they're having fun, they will rewatch this live stream because, I mean, sooner or later you realize it's better to get on a live stream with Bogdan rather than going on a date with a Betty and getting drained 75 times a day. But you will learn your lesson. Oh my God, I'm getting excited. That's nice. Somebody says happy Sunday with lots of smiley faces. Happy Sunday to you, brother, as well. Let me see. What's your name? Elevator. Elevator has guide. Elevator has guide rails. That's such a cool nickname. How does moon cycle affect you, and where do you research that? Well, oh my God, I ordered, so as I told you, I'm a strategist and nerd, a person who treks. I ordered some books about full moon, and I'm just went on Reddit and I'm like, full moon sexual energy effect, full moon semen retention. I watched the videos of other creators. I ordered a book, and the way I found out that full moon works for me like it's period for women. I know that for 8 or 9 days I will be shaky, and it's not a placebo. Before I was blaming myself, saying that why am I so weak? Why am I'm not able to focus? But then I gave myself self-love, adjusted the strategy, and started noticing the patterns. So the lesson here, whatever works for me might not work for you, and you might not be affected by the full moon, and that's totally fine. But you have your own game that you have to study. Thank you for the answer. You're welcome. Okay, so many question. Okay, somebody recommends. Oh, I love this. Bulgaria has such a low natural population growth rate that it seems like everyone is practicing semen retention. It's a good point, but also I think people choose less and less. It doesn't necessarily mean that everybody practices SR, but people feel lonely, people feel disconnected, and lots of men especially, I think they decided to stay away from drama because when you enter a new relationship, right, it can be quite a roller coaster. You don't know the person, she doesn't know you. You have to go through your phases before you take off together or go down. So I think more and more people choose to stay single because of the economical reasons and because of past traumas. And I don't know, I have to do my energetic scanning about Bulgaria to see how many people stay celibate. But I mean, guys, it's a 1% spiritual practice. Love the videos. What happens when you fast on Okay, this one is cool. Look, we have a case study. On the last day, I had a profound spiritual encounter, something I also attribute to God's guidance. He led me to semen retention. I've experienced out of body experience before, but this was different. Uh, yeah, so this is my perspective on this. Semen retention finds you, you don't find semen retention. And I think it's, imagine if you are a video character in a game and they, I don't know who are those, God, universe, unseen, elevates you to the next level of consciousness and spiritual level. Have you noticed, let's say 2 years ago when I went on my first streak around 20 days, damn, it feels so great. I need to share with my besties, with my dad, with my close people, co-worker, and they looked weird and strange at me. They even laughed at me. Why? Because it's not their time yet. It doesn't mean that I'm special or better than them, but they have to stumble upon a video on YouTube or while scrolling on IG, saw the reel about semen retention and resonate with that consciously. Unfortunately, when we advise people to retain, to my besties, like, hey, you have to retain in your marriage, it feels like pressure. It feels like you want them to tell goodbye to their old reality. It doesn't work like this. So if semen retention found you, it's time for you to elevate and either explore it and go deeper, or either try it and go back to an old frequency. But once you went deep enough, there is no going back. I think even if you're going to be relapsing multiple times. John says, John Sobriety, love the videos, brother, appreciate it, appreciate you watching. Okay, we have such a big question here. Okay, so we have somebody from Portugal. Bogdan, I always watch your translated videos. Sending hugs from Brazil. He's sending me hugs like this. Look, he just hugs, presses send, and hugs fly. Okay. Will you be adding Portuguese translation for this stream so we can understand it? I only understand Portuguese. Here's the deal. Maybe I'll write a letter to YouTube. YouTube chooses automatically what languages to translate. I want to translate on all languages in the world, like freaking 100 languages. I want these videos to be seen in Africa, like everywhere. But YouTube algorithm chooses for the interviews to, sometimes it's like 10 languages translation, sometimes it's 21, and I'm like, what the hell? So, but I will write a letter, maybe I'll find somebody who works at YouTube so they assign as many languages as possible. I'm working on this. Okay, somebody, guys, we have an update. Somebody's on day 7, my eyes are shining now. Yes, your eyes will be shining, and if you go to 30 days, you will notice the difference. If you go to 60 or 90 days, you will also notice the difference. So keep shining, brother. Your eyes already an example for people around me. Okay, somebody says, I'm now finally on 10-day streak on SR in a long time, but just now I was looking at some shit, but I suddenly just stopped watching. But there's an urge. Do you have any tips? I don't want to release. Damn, this guy is fighting. I love the fighters. So I would say any tips. Let me just review the case again. So 10-day streak, but right now he wants to. So it depends on your past. If you're a current veteran of 20 years of experience, 10 days, what's your goal? What's your why? What are you working towards? You see, before, even 1 year and a half ago, I was thinking if you get triggered by something or get aroused or something triggers you, you have to release on purpose. And then one day I found out that you don't have to. I never did like stuff like edging, when you self-touch yourself and watch the video for 77 hours and then you don't release. I never did this, but let's say you spoke to a beautiful girl, you had a conversation, you gave each other a hug, even if you, let's say, got aroused or you had a little bit of a pre-cum, like the white fluid, I figured if you don't release or don't self-touch, nothing bad, it's my experience, would happen. So you just move on with life, you switch your thoughts and you live by. Depending on your urges and goals, I mean, the best strategy would be to transmute, of course, but you have to find your way, whether it's a gym, whether it's fasting or stuff like that. For all of the retainers, people who are new or just in general, I highly recommend adding more and more tips and toolkits to your personal SR protocol, like gym, jumping rope, whatever works for you. So stuff like that. Moving on. Okay. So many messages, guys. Hold on a second. Let me just. Okay, somebody says day 40. Day 40, going to day 41. It's my best record since I was first introduced to PMO at age 15. My lust is gone. I look at women different. My mind, my body, and soul are. I don't need anyone anymore. You see, we have a spiritual awakening here. Well, it's a good accomplishment. I think from Bogdan's perspective, 40 days of semen retention, let's say 35, 40, that's the red pill, the like exiting the matrix, because you will feel different. And even if you relapse after 40, you consciously remember how great it felt, so you want to get back on the streak. It's actually cool that SR is getting addicting and you want to get back on there. So congrats on your 40 days journey. Okay, let me see. Thank you. Put you in a. This channel has put a lot of effort to produce content, brother. I appreciate the words. And I deeply try to stay consistent. For example, with the full moon today, I wasn't planning to go on a live stream. It didn't feel well in the morning, but then I'm like, damn, it makes me alive and happy. So let's jump in and go with the flow and see what happens and do my best. So thank you for noticing the channel. So, somebody's asking me about transparency, and I made a post pre-full moon about a woman in a red dress, and coincidence, you can reread it. I'm not making up stuff on my channel. I don't have the reasons to make it a hype or, you know, to write some wild stories to get likes. I don't care about this stuff, to be honest. Get on a long streak, for example, like mine, and see what happens around. It's streepy, and actually I realized that stuff that I'm sharing, I better share them with some of a high streak long retainers rather than publicly, because I mean, if I share everything that happened on a streak or just in details, people would say that I lost my mind, but I don't. So I know my truth, so that's my answer, yes. Okay, moving on. Moving on, was there a point on your SR journey when you noticed IOI from females increasing? Is there a connection? What is IOI? Interest, or define that, please? Okay, somebody used to chase women, but they do not chase it anymore. Of course, you have to chase a bag, self-growth and development, and women will come. And always remember, Pathfinders, on semen retention, doesn't matter what the streak, 10, 20, 30 days, you are the prize. I love women. I'm not a hater of women, and I'm not trained to increase the war between men and women. But here's the deal. Not a lot of men do retain. And when a woman, no matter, this is what I realized recently, no matter her social status, let's say she freaking studies at the high-end university, drives the latest car, and you go on a coffee with her, you are the prize, brother, even if you're on a different social level. It's not an ego, it's you. If you're trying to look for, not for fun, not like for a bang experience, if you're looking for a long-term partner who would support on your journey, a woman enters the world of a semen retention practitioner, and you lay out the boundaries in the rules. It doesn't mean you're this alpha and asshole who says this is gonna be only my way, this is how it works from now. You just like, no. You know, I make a joke about this. When a woman says to Bogdan, should we stop by at your place and go upstairs? I'm like, sure. And she expects the experience of what other guys did to you. But when she enters, she studies the books, SR, I show her the schedules, I show her the spiritual scars of my soul. And if she leaves or doesn't reply next day, so be it. But I introduced her to an honest world of what I'm going through. But before, I was a performer, like a perfect guy. So you are the prize, guys. Never forget this. Somebody says, thank you, Bogdan. Perks Flow, thank you, brother. Love to you. Brian said, hi. Catalin said, salute, Bogdan. Nice to see you again, brother. Nice to see you as well. Banana Salama, I'm from Bulgaria. Hi, Bulgaria. Nice to meet you. Okay, another thing. Whenever I'm on SR, I feel joy and ease. Like even simple moments, like I'm watching the birds passing by, I get happy. Same, brother. When there is no extreme urges, you just like this little kid who enjoys miracles, simple stuff, ice cream. You just enjoy life and you live by. Bogdan, when the body start to break down the seed and observe the nutrients, you mean maybe absorb the nutrients. You see, a couple of times during this 300 plus days of a streak, I felt like how the seed landed in my brain, and usually you get so many creative ideas and like downloads, like Nikola Tesla type of shit, like something that you're not able to find in the books, and I immediately write it down on the board or on the wall. I think it happens. Here's the let me just break down the relapse game. For me personally, after 14 days, just to feel mentally normal, after 30 days, spiritual connection with the divine, after 90 days, 100 days, genius divine downloads. I think I even started posting back on YouTube when I overcame the strongest urge with the woman of my dreams, and I said no to her, and 2 days later I recorded the first video in English and the channel started blowing up. That's another thing, that the strongest urges are the tests. You pass them by, you work with your sexual energy well, and you're being rewarded by the unseen, by some energies. I don't know how it works. Usually after you want to, let's say, self-touch or release so bad, you transmute. 2-3 days later, freaking a call, an invitation, money out of the blue. You will see, or if you can resonate with that, let me know in the comments. Let me see. Hello, could you please answer if long-term SR is only possible when you're also doing trauma release? Some retainers fall back after a long streak, and trauma surely plays a role here. I didn't do trauma release exercises yet, but I was close to losing my streak around 300 days once I got a compliment from a parent that deeply hurt me, my inner child, and I had a download of release of meeting someone, or maybe I'm like, should I open the video or the hub? And I barely overcame this urge with the prayer, but I felt in pain 3 days, 4 days non-stop after a simple comment by my parent about my face. And it's something that my mom said when I was a kid, and it hit the deepest wound, and I almost lost 300-day streak. It was so painful that you just in this shock, you don't have a coping mechanism how to exit this mental state, and you're about to fall off. I have it on my list about trauma release exercises, so I will be testing this soon, but traumas definitely come up because you're not putting a band-aid already on the wounds that you've been carrying. So that's a good question. Thank you for this one. Bogdan International, somebody says. Lunar Pagdo. Bogdan International, are these new SR airlines? Bogdan International, should we fly? Imagine instead of an airline, we have 2 big bowls and they fly around the world and everybody's holding the bowl and like, where are you going? Like, what's the airline you use? And you just like, I'm using Bogdan International. Everybody's swinging on the Bogdan's airline bowls. That's a pure comedy, a little comedy from Bogdan. I'm just waking up. Okay, somebody says, Rocco Salamena. Hey Bogdan, I'm on 26-day streak. Hope to be on the same streak as you. You will be, but there is a path to get there. And oh my God. so many things needs to happen to study and your context of your life. You see, maybe you're in the forest, maybe you're working, maybe you're providing for a family. We have all different lives, so do not hold on to the number, but hold on to the transformation that will inevitably happen to you if you practice SR. 26 days, come on, you are a legend. Okay, so no bullshit Bulgarian mentality. I love it. So, oh my god, oh my god, so many questions. So let me see. Do you okay? Another questions from busy Bishoni. Do you deal with feeling alone, of loneliness, like you crave a real feminine women's connection, but just the feeling like the assignment is greater than you and you can't quit? Oh, let's repeat this question. That's a great question. Do you deal with feeling of loneliness, like you crave real feminine women's connection, but just feel you have an assignment is greater than you and you can't quit? That's a good question. I long for feminine energy. I know how great sex feels. I remember the orgasms. I remember all of those chemical reactions of the bodies from the past, and when you share a bed with your partner, if she stays by. I do remember. I'm a very romantic person, but there is a purpose, yes, greater than me, and there are for sure bigger goals, and I know how bad it feels mentally when you lose your semen. I just experienced the consequences in the past, and I deeply enjoyed this journey as well. But of course, sometimes if I go to a public event or there's a big group of people, I want to connect with people and I want to meet a woman who would resonate with the same frequency that I am on right now. But I think I have still traumas that I need to work on before entering the relationship or connecting with a partner. But here's the deal. I think I was talking about this before. Sometimes you can meet a woman who is a hidden gem or a golden diamond. What I mean by that, let's say if she talks about God, spiritual, she loves mom and dad, studies at the good university, maybe she studies AI or something like super deep. Sometimes those women can come to you once in a lifetime, and if I happen to meet such a woman, I would probably save her contact, email, or information, but wouldn't rush to meet or get intimate or whatever. So I became really selective with my energy, and I realized that I was giving myself away too easily before. So to answer your question, longing for connection sometimes, yes. Lonely occasionally, but not often. But the purpose greater than me that I cannot quit, yes. This is how I feel right now, to answer your question. Moving on. Day 163, day 3 of a water fast. Little Pony Savage. Brother, you're the savage. Congrats to you. Bogdan, you tell many positive things about SR. What negative happened to you? Not physically, but I mean in the real world, like hate, not understand or tested. A good question. Let's talk about negative stuff. Negative stuff that unexpectedly, so I run a small rental business and I had so many partners in my networks. People fall off, unexpected jealousy, hatred. The more I started bringing money to one guy, I'm like send him one client, another one, and let's say we share the profits. One day he stopped replying and then he said that he doesn't want to work with me, even though I started bringing him money. I was watching another creator and he said that people really version shift on this practice. Version shift, meaning they unexpectedly switch. Let's say you're in 60 days, they love you. You're in 120 days, they hate you unexpectedly. Negative things, people falling off, people reacting really less and less with my old social media page. When I post something, you know, this typical bullshit, you have 100 views and only one like. I notice that I feel some strange energy from people, and I know subconsciously who is a hater and who is the supporter. But speaking of negative things, I think I'm at the frequency that people in Los Angeles are not able to resonate with. And I thought that high-end women, for example, there are top two universities in LA, UCLA and USC, people who pay hundreds of thousands of dollars per year just to study there. So really high-end circles. And I thought that on high streets of SR, those people would resonate with me. But actually, when I was going to events there, people resonated with me more when I was depleted. But when I'm on a high streak, it feels like those women, high-end women, you see, we have the SR police is coming. Guys, hands up. Who's touching the balls? Hands up immediately. You see, SR police is coming for you. Let me just close the window. Okay, so yeah, speaking of the negative things, I would say hate from people. Sometimes also the quality of a sleep. Sometimes I sleep 4 or 5 hours. Your body just goes through different cycles of sleep. But if I remember anything else, otherwise, other than that, everything goes pretty much smooth. I love the state of a nervous system and mental health. That's important. No, I closed the window. It feels a little bit hot. Let me just. SR police is coming, guys, for you. Okay. Moving on. On day 94, trying hard, everyone started to hate me. Yeah, it's hard. I was telling this before on semen retention. You get a sense of what it's like to be a worldwide celebrity, a little effect. So some people love you, some people hate you. I think the lesson here also that semen retention teaches you how to be fully authentic you and receiving love, hate, but staying strong on the path. I know some guys, when they receive too much hate, they relapse because they are not able to handle this frequency, and this is okay. But SR teaches you to be a time traveler and a vibrational traveler, meaning when you change, for example, you were this depleted ducky, always weak, and suddenly you just spread your wings. People just like, why are you not a depleted ducky? And you just let them know with the statement that you're him. You're this new character. In option 1, they hate. Option 2, they fall off. Option 3, they stay with you and they graduate vibrationally. People around you in order to stay in your frequency. And again, I'm saying this not because you're better. They need to, let's say you had a bestie of 10 years when you were releasing 2-3 times. Now you're on streak 100 days. They need to do some internal work or some spiritual work in order for them to enter a new frequency with you. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's not gonna work long term. People fall off, as I said, or something happens. So you have to be selective. Oh, this is important. Every time I relapse, I'm somehow so bored that nothing catches my interest. Only gooning. Do you have tip for this one? The first one is to exit your gooning cycle somehow. The problem is if you start gooning and let's say you go on a binge of 10, 5 times, 4 times, everything that enters your mind is gooning. You think more about pussy, about women, about lust in general. Before catching some interests or getting new downloads, you have to exit the gooning cycle. And I would say after 3 days or 4 days, you have to set a long-term goal by asking yourself on a piece of paper, what am I working? Why? I think every retainer at some point needs to ask this question: why am I doing SR? Like, do I really need it? What's the purpose? For example, let's say you are in debt, or you want a new job, or learn a new skill with AI. Your bigger purpose, your bigger why has to be somewhere on the wall inside your room. Because otherwise, if brain doesn't know why are we following this journey, it will eventually self-sabotage, because gooning, right, feels so great in the moment. Like, you go on a binge once, 2 hours later you watch another video. So I would say find your why and start incrementally with first step. For example, you exited the gooning cycle for 3 days, start setting at bigger goals and bigger whys, and go from there. Okay, somebody's laughing at Bogdan's jokes. Guys, I mean, I would love myself. Chains the chef says 49's day today. The energy is so real. Hey Bogdan, I'm 20 years old from India. I've tried to abstaining a lot of times, but I always fall. But this time I've been watching your videos through the whole journey, and I'm at 50 days in. Oh my God, brother from India, you make Bogdan proud, which means freaking, you see, in 2025, that schedule back then, when I was relapsing a lot, like May, June, July, I was crying so much and I was screaming in my room, like, why? But now I know why, because I learned so many lessons. People laughed at me, like, in the community before, like, why this guy is crazy, like tracking like a scientist. But now I can I don't know everything, but I can transfer a little bit of my knowledge to you. And seeing this message that you're on 50 days because you watched my videos makes me so happy. Seji King says, thank you, bro. Okay. I don't know how to answer the next question. Bogdan, what do you think about someone that start retention, you mean, from the age 5 till his mid-20s, start to know SR and begin a streak? I don't get this question, but I'll get back to this one. Okay, I need to answer this one. This is an important question, and if somebody in touch with Yash, maybe he will transfer your message. My message, Bogdan, please interview Yash Beyond the Alchemy. He is an OG. I commented under his videos. He liked my comment. I sent him email twice, and he said he doesn't give interviews on a podcast right now. But here's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Yash's video helped me a lot. I don't know his experience and background that much. Maybe he lived in a big city or went through some lots of stuff. But right now, I personally, when I see retainers sitting in temples or in the forests, I don't see what challenges, to be honest, can be there. I think what's more relatable when you retain in a big city, or you still live in society and somehow practice retention, because I think if I go to the forest right now, to freaking somewhere Joshua Tree in California, let's say I don't have to work, I'm in the forest meditating, eating fruits and veggies, and I talk about retention, I think it's easy to do retention in those environments. So this is what I would ask and challenge Yash in my interview, because, I mean, come on. Everybody, most of the people are not able to quit social lives. The prices are getting higher. We have to stay on top of the game. So I have questions for Yash, but he didn't do podcast, which I respect, but I would ask him a lot of questions. Okay. Okay, no bullshit Bulgarian mentality. From what day there will be big changes, like most I did was 15 days. I want to do it as long as possible. I want to try my whole life, and I want to get rid of lust. The biggest changes close to 40 days, I would say. 40, 60, you will feel the biggest shift, like 40, 100 days. After 100 days, it's more behind the scenes and spiritual. Glitches, downloads, spiritual alphabet that only you are able to read. It's really subtle, but I would say 40, 60, 90, 100, this time frame is the most incredible. Okay, somebody keeps asking me always, what part of LA do I reside? What LA stands out to me? Hold on. What part of LA do you reside? What about LA stands out to you as someone who has now lived there for some time? First, part of LA, I think I saw your comment before. That this is kind of a personal question. I do not want to reveal my location. This is first. What stands out to me about Los Angeles? Opportunities, climate, nature. I hate rainy weather. I get really depressed and emotional when it's rainy. So the first biggest advantage for me is weather. I want to see summer all of the time. Second, what stands out, insanely talented people when you create an artistic project. So levels of talent and also opportunities. If you hang out with the right people, you can make lots of breakthroughs, financial, startups. So opportunities, weather, and talent, to answer your question. Marriage is slavery. Somebody just entered the chat and dropped the comment, marriage is slavery, and that's it, and left. You know what? Can I say my, currently, while recording this live stream, I partially agree, because like, too much hidden things. Bogdan, have you defeated lust or are you still working on it? Still working on it, to be honest. I have lustful downloads, thoughts sometimes, but to be honest, once I implemented prayer and got rid of meat and switched to fish for the last, let's say, 14, so almost 20 days, not almost a single lustful thought or a long time trigger. So I did fasting, regular prayer, and got rid of fish, got rid of meat for some time. But have I fully defeated lust? No, brother. It's a long-term journey. I'm a former corn veteran with 20 years of experience. So I think this journey might be harder for people like myself. Okay. Try scalp massage for hair regrowth. I will do that. But actually, hair is regrowing better, because I was, before SR, I was losing hair more in these areas, and my family said, Bogdan, you keep balding, you have to try this cream. But once the hair got better, they've been fucking silent. No criticism, no hate, just silence, without admitting that even the hair got better. Are you Turkish? No. Somebody's laughing at Bogdan's jokes. Bogdan soup. Somebody said Bogdan soup, or maybe it's Bogdan soup. Bogdan soup. You want to try Bogdan soup? Should I cook the soup for you? Let me know. Where should I send? He's Romanian. Oh, somebody send me jewels, but do not send me Jezebels, please, guys. Scalp massage. Again, somebody sent me jewels. Thank you so much. Alza said hi. Let's see. When will the air be recorded? Are you talking about live? This one is being recorded, and I will drop this one for sure, so you can rewatch. Okay, he's Romanian. I said no. Somebody says, hey, I was 300 days and then relapse because I have pain. Now 40 days. Brother, do not blame yourself. Do you, and do what works better for you. It's a long journey. You achieved, come on, 300 days, and I think you learned a lot. Hi, do you feel you can sleep 4.5 hours and still feel high energy on your streak right now? Yes, I can. It's some days you have super strong energy, some days you just sleep a lot. So before recording this, I slept 8.5 hours, but I think it's simply because of the full moon, and also I haven't eaten. So, but some days, yeah, for 4 or 5 hours, you can tackle the day and achieve so much. How many days are you on SR? I believe right now it's 337 based on my streak. Okay, somebody has 2 questions. I have 2 questions. The Wrath of God 9.0. I have 2 questions. Why are men taller, stronger, and bigger than me intimidated by my energy when they spot me or walk past by me? Number two, why does everyone around me want to talk to me? Kids, women, men. Same, brother, same. So what happens in the gym, for example, to me, some men, I do not even bother them, but they somehow want to dominate and challenge me. Last week there was one guy in the gym and I'm like, hey bro, have you done with the weights? And he's looking at me like this. Yeah, I'm done. I have one more set. This passive aggressiveness. I think if you believe in spirits, spirits attached to different people, and that's the reaction of the spirit to this SR energy that you carry. Do not take it personal. What I did, the lesson that I wrote, if somebody's aggressive, so on SR you can carry yourself, option one, like messy, like a humble genius, really shy, polite, or option two, like a Ronaldo, really arrogant, big ego. On SR you have to know when to switch between those two personalities. But sometimes you have on SR, when somebody behaves like an asshole, you have to be like a prime Conor McGregor with your left. Some people do not need to be punched, but you need to switch between personalities depending on the context. Because if you're too nice, too weak, people will take advantage of you. If you're too arrogant, they just also do not like you. So why do women want to talk to you? Because they attracted to your energy. They see there is something different in you. And every time I go swimming to the pool, older guys approach me and they say, what's your secret, man? I want to know your secret. And actually he kept asking me and I'm like, you want to know? Are you sure? And there was a lady next to him and he says, yeah, tell us, we want to know. And I tell him the secret is semen retention. You have to stay sexually disciplined and not to release your seed. And his woman immediately framed it. She's like, oh, it's something like suppression, when you suppress your energy on purpose. And she started holding his hand and walking away after this. This was a crazy experience. But kids react to you for sure. You notice this in their eyes. They react to the energy of a pureness. Men want to challenge you because they don't know what triggers them about you, but subconsciously they feel your streak, brother. Stay strong, stay prayed up. Do not take stuff personal. Carry yourself with respect and treat your energy and your aggressiveness selectively when it's needed. Avoid drama at all costs. Those people do not worth your attention. Speaking of attention, on this streak, I wrote down the quote, and when a woman or when I interact with someone, this is what I keep repeating. Has she earned access? Has she earned access to my attention? That's a very good quote. Or has he earned access to my attention? Let's say we have a conversation at the event and now I'm scrolling her IG and trying to understand what kind of person, maybe start thinking, oh my God, we would have been such a perfect couple. Hold on, Bogdan, hold on a second. You are on 300 days of a streak. Has she earned access to your attention? Is there a mutual respect? Is there a mutual interest? Do not invest before people invest in you, and see how it works. Moving on. I answered the question. Sir Bogdan, Lunar Pagdo. Sir Bogdan, experts suggest to have 8 hours of sleep, but when I'm on SR, I only got 4 hours. How many hours do you sleep? I sleep sometimes 5-6 hours, but I nap during the day. Nap is my good strategy. 30 minutes of a nap in the middle of the day if you have an opportunity, or if you, let's say you work 9 to 5, you came back, I don't know, maybe 5-6, nap 30 minutes so you can work if you need before 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. Hi Bogdan, hug from Colombia, amigo. Thank you, Uriel. Hug to you as well. Can you name 3 spiritual insights on this streak? Superhuman SR. 3 spiritual insights of a streak. First one is pretty simple. When you focus your energy with intention on something, it grows and you will eventually find it. For example, if you will be focused on your goal is to get $5 or find $5, and you will be walking with this intention for 3 or 5 days. Trust me, you will eventually find the money. So intention, first lesson, intention and attention is the key. Second insight, that this world is more spiritual than physical, and we do not even realize it. And the third one, sexual energy is everything. And I would say sexual energy and semen retention is bigger than AI. This is my third insight. I don't know if that's spiritual, but these are the first three things that came to my mind. Love from Persian people in Canada, the Bang said. I think they want you to relapse. That's why they act mean when you're on a streak. Partially, yes, because they do not use to your new energy. Ninjutsu Grandmaster says, day 265, doing it for God and for my future wife. Oh my God. SR Police, somebody's laughing at the jokes. SR Police, hands up. You see, when you start opening your pants or going on your favorite website, you just like imagine that Bogdan wearing a police costume, and I'm just like imagine you're in the middle of the night about to watch a hub, and you open the screen and you check like is the door locked. You have your ritual. Everybody has ritual, and all of a sudden under the blanket, Bogdan in the SR Police costume with the flashlight. SR Police, hands up, and we take you to the spiritual spiritual jail. So think about SR Police. Somebody says, I love your videos so much, Yakritsa. Then this person says, do you have beautiful eyes? Is that a question? Do I have beautiful eyes? Or is it a statement? You do have a beautiful eyes. I was fasting and I shaved also a little bit. So today I'm kind of handsome. So, okay, somebody says, I done multiple streaks currently on day 10. One thing I noticed is more energy and I feel at peace inside. Brother, I'm so happy for you. Keep going and you feel even more. Guys, it's been almost an hour of a channel. We have 70 people here. Only hub is SR Gulag. Depleted. What is your... Okay, I'm reading old questions and new questions as well. I have two screens. Damn. You see, I have two screens for a live stream, but some gunners, they have 5 screens for watching the hub. Somebody says, what is your age, brother? Recently, I turned 34 years old. I was born on July 13th, 1992. How cool is that? 34. So, my purpose is SR practitioners get generational hate. You see, somebody wants generational wealth, but SR practitioners, all they get is generational hate. Damn. My purpose for SR is optimal health. Brother, you will be the healthiest ever with your hair. And actually, once I jumped on SR, before SR, I was going to massage therapists to fix my back, like lots of needles, you know, like back pain. On SR, back pain is fully gone. And you know, there are a lot of memes about people like after 30 breaking, their body starts to break and stuff like that. But when you're on SR, you buy yourself extra time and extra energy, which is so needed in 2026, correct? Okay, wet dreams, let's see. Bogdan, where are you from, man? Do you do night surprises count as a relapse? I will reveal where I'm from. I'm keeping this as a secret to stay more mysterious. But speaking of wet dreams, I do not count wet dreams as relapses because it's out of your control. What I count as relapses is like when you intentionally release, whether with the female or self-touch, you consciously lose your semen. If you're asleep and you just got knocked down, I wouldn't call it a relapse because it's out of your control, but you can readjust the strategy in the future in order to avoid this. And I posted a video on wet dreams, how I found the right position to sleep in order not to have those emissions. Let's see. I may have ruined my streak by getting high. Still no relapse, though hopefully get back feeling on track. Soon, day 78. Stay strong, brother. You're doing great. Greetings from Colombia. Greetings from Los Angeles, brother. I still haven't mastered. Hold on a second. Damn, Bogdan's chat. People making a joke. Homie is glowing. Yes, homie is glowing, but also I'm fasting. When you fast, your eyes spark, and we have 70 people here. Bogdan, can you talk about semen retention lobby? Oh my god, so many questions. Brother, okay, I am at 280, 290 days of retention, and because of my hair loss, I'm on finasteride for a year now. Ashwagandha is a nice supplement. I tried different supplements before when I started my SR journey. I am off all of the supplements right now. I'm eating healthy, like salad. I got rid of the meat. Do what works for you. So as I said, there is no universal advice. How many? Oh, somebody is communicating in the chat. Can we talk about semen retention lobby? I mean, yes, let's talk about this. I've been thinking about this lately, how to do this project on a government or even business level, and who would sponsor this. Semen retention lobby. No, first let's talk about a female semen retention lobby and then men semen retention lobby. So semen retention lobby, it's like when you carry yourself on the semen retention streak as a celebrity, and the woman who appears in your life, before women, they think that the kitty is the priority. So she has the kitty and now she rules the game. And because before every other man followed her kitty and was able to do everything to see the kitty the same day. But you completely flip the script. She enters your life and she says, should we stop by at your place? You said, sure. And instead of reading books with her, you tell her, listen, this is my journey. I'm not being intimate until I realize that we are on the same page. And the woman is shocked. So she waits in the SR lobby. You go on a hike together. You freaking put her in an extreme situation or tests, and you see how she reacts and what kind of human being she is before you get intimate. And then the intimacy experience is something unique rather than a fast food. That's in a nutshell SR lobby. I think a woman, if you're patient enough, can spend 30 days in SR lobby, 60 days, maybe 90. Some people do that for 6 months before they jump in. The purpose of a SR lobby is the following, because let's say you found mutual interests a lot, and before you do this experience, you realize that you connect on different levels, like physical, you have interests. When you drive with this woman for 5 hours on a trip, you have stuff to talk about. You do not only bang, but without SR lobby, the way it works, if you bang right away on the first date or after the first date, and you didn't ask any questions, you only inspired by her body, lust might blind you for a while. So let's say you drive with her for 4 hours, you have nothing to talk about, you listen to the background music, but there is no connection or different levels. Only thing that connects you is lust and physical stuff. You only excited about her body, what she does in a bedroom, but you don't know the other part. So SR lobby, at least, let's say if after 3 months or a month you try it physical and it's not as exciting as your previous partners or wild stuff that you got used to, at least you have some mission-driven interests together besides the bedroom. So with experience, you will learn. But this is my thing. So somebody on day 21 today, headaches are crazy, clarity 2. I'm overly focused. What's happening to me? But I will keep going. Yeah, headaches are crazy. It's also because the full moon. Keep going and find your strategy, brother, because do you and see what works. Is this already recorded? Yes, it's recorded, and I think I'll try to make it posted soon. General Bogdan, SR Police. Uh, Conor McGregor was 100% doing SR in his upcoming. You see, I thought as well, but I think before the fight he may be released or something happened. Maybe he had a strong headache or whatever. The energy was off and the vibes were off. He tried it, but during the walk in to the octagon, he felt different, way different. Conor McGregor stopped doing SR. That's why he started losing. I think when he was younger, he unconsciously practiced SR, even though during the interview recently he said that he did SR for the first time. But if you look at in 2015, his eyes and sharpness, he was definitely on SR. Okay. How old are you? I said I'm 34 years old. Yes, after Aldo fight, he stopped, he reached his goal, and he wasn't as good as before. Yeah, and this is, let's talk about this. You see, when, if you notice the pattern, people, they are broke, they have nothing, they have big goals, they hit money, fame, and then they go down. The hardest part in life, in this game, and just in general, to stay consistent for multiple seasons, not only to get your Golden Balls award for 1 year, but just to give you an example of prime high level consistency, it's Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Cristiano Ronaldo. So imagine LeBron right now or Ronaldo around 41 years old, 42, and they stay consistent for 20 years, and they have money, they have billions, they have assets, and people keep being consistent. And this is the hardest part. It's good, it's cool to be you can be great for 1 season or 1 year or two, but having a bigger goal when money is settled and when you do not have to live in the survival mode, that's a completely different level of a beast. Would you agree? So I think, yeah, Connor, to answer your question, Connor just definitely went down after that. Okay, the wizard says today's day 240. I don't deal with much lust, but I deal with hopelessness and isolation and feeling like I will never meet and fall in love with the high value woman ever again. How do you handle this? Damn, this is such a. So first, brother, are you spiritually grounded? Let's put you back on a spiritual path. From today on, I want you to start to find a prayer of your choice, no matter what your religion, and start praying on an empty stomach every day, 15-20 minutes loudly, like not like dear God, no, you just go like dear God, you proclaim, you just freaking shine with this vibration. Try to find a mantra or a something spiritual, a spiritual text, and get grounded with this. You know, I from time to time I can relate to this. I have these thoughts that, damn, in Los Angeles I'm not able to meet a high quality woman who would support me and stuff like that. It's getting sad, not depressing, but really thoughtful. And listen, I tried before on shorter SR streaks, and before I tried to force relationships or get a number or send a message to a woman, like a DM, to take initiative to force this stuff. Brother, you cannot force a connection with a high quality woman. Remember, you're 240 days, you're the price, and when the timing is right, you will meet her and connect with her. What I would recommend, as I said, to get spiritually grounded with either text, mantra, or something that will help you to find a foundation. But also, I want you to visualize before you go to sleep, not in a lustful way, what kind of qualities you want your partner to have. make a visualization as a part of your routine of your ideal partner, if that's what you want. Imagine how you hold hands together, how she looks like, what her hair looks like, physical appearance, but most importantly, what you feel inside next to this person. I'm telling you, those blessings are coming, and do not get hopeless. But you see, when it comes to relationship, I'm a business person. I approach stuff with consistency, discipline, and pushing, pushing, pushing. I figured, brother, with relationship, you are not able to push. It either happens or it doesn't, or it will eventually, but with the right timing and with the right partner. Please do not get discouraged. As I said, prayer, spiritual foundation, and visualization, and watch what happens. And even if you meet a woman or at the event, you will have an impulse, not a rushy stuff. Okay, let me DM this girl, this girl, this girl. You will feel an impulse to connect in a natural way. So I believe in you. Do not get discouraged. Energy flows where attention goes. I agree. Bogdan, you have the best channel. You helped me a lot. Me and a lot of men to get better. This is what makes me happy. That's why I went on a live stream, even though I felt not super well today in the morning, but took a shower, washed my beautiful hair, and now I'm seeing you. So thank you for these comments. Wow. Sexual energy can create a human. It's very important to hold it and control it. Yeah, bro. I mean, think about this. Most men do not have sexual control, and if you're able to master your dick and sexual energy, I mean, what else? What is the one thing that you're not able to achieve? Your potential is endless. I think for a man, especially for a young teen or boy, if you become a father, it's important for you as a semen retention practitioner to help him to control his impulses and develop healthy coping mechanisms. Guys, fathers are essentially important for boys and for men. A missing father is totally destroys the foundation of a child. So I would say learn how to control your dick, your impulses, and there is nothing that you cannot achieve. This is like 1000%. I think while recording this live in 2026, only 0.01% are able to control their lust, because we're bombarded with lustful images from everywhere. So you're doing great. Only hub is USB hub. That's our gulag. Depleted dog. Okay, I answered this. What is your age, brother? I'm 34 years old. What dreams do not count as a relapse? It's out of your control. What to expect on day 90? I've only gotten to 70 days. What to expect on day 90? 30, 60, 90. On 90 days, I would say my circle shifted, and you might experience a vibrational graduation from a previous circle. On 90 days, I started hanging out with venture capitalists, people who sold businesses for a crazy amount of money. I accidentally was swiping on the app. I clicked, I downloaded the link, and I'm like, okay, next time there is an event with this guy who sold the business for $100 million. And somehow around 90 days, I graduated from my circle of immigrants who are in survival, complain about life. I suddenly jumped, I would say, in a time traveling machine, and now I'm talking to this guy who sold his company to Facebook for 500 million. I would say environmental graduation, the quality of people and the quality of information. Oh, that's another one. On longer streaks of semen retention, you will resonate with new books that you never resonated before. If I recommend you a book right now that I'm reading on 300 days, and let's say you're on 20 days, you might not understand this book, not because I'm smarter than you, but because vibrationally new information opens up to you, like some ancient text. Imagine a book about manifestation from 200 years ago. The ancient book that I found in the library in downtown LA at the freaking lowest shelf, and it's only one copy of this book, and you read some manifestation techniques that people do not talk about on the internet. You try it and it freaking works. This type of stuff. In order to resonate with certain information, you need to get on a higher streak and connect spiritually. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Demo said hi brother. Okay, let's read new questions. Mm-hmm. What's up, Bogdan? Day 26 today for me. 3 days until the full moon. Yeah, brother, stay strong. It might be shaky a little bit if you're affected by that. 120 days might be huge because it's an anti-prime. Any number of cycles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, almost overlap into one number. Looking good, you have the glow, but it's also fasting, guys. Besides the streak, you see, when you do fasting on semen retention. Bogdan, hello from Russia. Vladimir, hello, brother. If you do SR long streak plus fasting, crazy stuff happens. Actually, I'm not recommending going on a high streak and fasting to the public events. People feel this raw energy, react to you differently, so conserve this energy. What happens on the full moon on semen retention? Never heard of this, brother. I was talking about this earlier on the stream. Urges intensify. I keep it short. You can rewatch the stream later. Urges intensify, and people behave weird. You act like a wolf, like your balls get crazy. You want to interact with everything that moves. You look young and glowing. Water fasting. Yes, water fasting. I'm doing the water fast right now, so it's been almost 16 hours. Brother, Deepak Gale. Deepak Gale. It's good that it's Deepak Gale, not Deepak Chopra, the spiritual guy who was in the files, found out recently. So, brother, you're helping me, changing my life. Please never stop educating us. I watch your videos every night before sleeping. Thank you so much. That's such a good comment. I love when people before watched the hubs or were connecting with girls online, but now they're watching Bogdan's video. What a transition that is. It's like we compare it to football, to soccer, if going from League 2 of English soccer to Premier League. So good job. I will only fast on retention when I meet Sadhguru. This guy Sadhguru, I try to invite him on a podcast, by the way. That's a jaw-dropping news, and his team is reviewing the request. Maybe it will happen, maybe it will not in the future, but imagine Bogdan interviews Sadhguru, like, hey Sadhguru, what's your current streak? Are you on 120 days or are you relapsing regularly? So, on a full moon, is it that spiritual thing with the full moon, or it's higher lust? It's higher lust, but also spiritual thing. I don't know the full purpose of a full moon, but full moon, you see, this game, the universe wants us to procreate, to keep procreating, and it doesn't care whether it's conscious or compulsive or lustful. Full moon activates some people. You see, when women also have urges. It seems like this game wants us to connect with people and act on compulsion, but when we do spiritual practices and we fast, we block these impulses. So your English is very clear. It's a bit pleasant to hear for someone who knows it and listen to it, because everything is clear. You made great progress. Sorry, I couldn't write everything in English. Is your brain sharper on a longer streak? Yes, very sharp. I play piano. It's like fast with ideas, with business stuff. You need to act. You're not depleted and you're not stupid. One of my favorite benefits, if we talk about SR, is cognitive abilities and an opportunity to make quick life-changing, high-margin decisions. So you have to be sharp with your brain when you live in a big city like Los Angeles. So I would say usually after the relapse, I feel for 14 days at my age super stupid. That's why if I relapse with my girl, my woman, I want her to back me up for those 14, 13 or 14 days. If we go 2 rounds with her and let's say I accidentally bust after round 2, I can tell her, listen, I will be a little bit shaky right now. Can you just, hold my spiritual shield? Right now you held my sword for a few minutes, but now I just need your help, like in life. And that's why I think it's a healthy balance. If you're a woman able to not like to hold you like a baby or become your mom, but she knows your journey. You know what I mean? So that's important. How many days are you now, bro? I said 337. Your eyes say it all without words, and you look charged and full. Ooh. Yeah, I'm super charged. I'm ready to go hunting. Okay, let me. I'm answering new questions. Let me just go back to some old ones as well previously, because people, I think he's plant-based. God bless him. Love from Finland, brother. So I'm hitting 150 days. Right now I'm feeling peaceful. Who says that? TP44K. I'm super happy for you, brother. How many days after starting semen retention night falls stops completely? That's a good question. Depends on your psyche and your sexual energy, because some people experience wet dreams every freaking 14 days. Some people experience the wet dreams once every 200 days. Hard to answer. Again, I do not like universal answers for everyone, because every case on SR and with sexual addiction is quite unique. Imagine yourself if you're asking a lawyer, how do I deal with this? But your case is unique. We need to know the details of your case. What do you think about the guy who drinks raw milk? A couple of videos. Please reply, bro. I don't know who that guy is. If that's Volk Vice, I think he's pretty solid. If that's but raw meat, raw milk, not my cup of tea, at least for now. Demo said hi. Okay. Somebody asked me, do you often argue with people? Let's go recent questions, guys. 76 people, and it's second hours of a streak, of a stream. You think Rin will be on chapter 2 talking with Bogdan? He hasn't. We've been in touch maybe 3-4 months ago. He disappeared. He hasn't replied, but he was interested in coming back on a podcast for part 2 after 9 months. He told me 2 months before he reached 9 months. He told me that he would be interested of doing an interview part 2 after 9 months, but I don't know where he's at right now. Bogdan, why 72-hour fasting and not 24 hours fasting are the more benefits longer? Are you do fasting or water fasting? So currently I'm doing, let me see, 16 hours already of water fast, and I feel hunger, but also my speech is super sharp. I noticed when I fast, I have this, like my brain thinks sharper but slower sometimes, and I have less of those like slow pauses. So water fast 16 hours or 24 definitely cleanses lots of stuff inside. So yes, you should. Okay, somebody's laughing at Bogdan's jokes. Looking good, thank you. Let me just answer how many days, bro? Okay, your eyes glow. Do benefits just get better the longer? Oh, that's a good question, guys. Listen up. Do benefits just get better the longer you are on SR, or do they ever plateau? Benefits get better around the most significant shift from 0 to 30 days. Then benefits get better from 60 to from 30 to 60, and then 90 100 days, that's a triple digits, and you feel the attraction, female attention, yes, all of those things. Later on, benefits are unexplainable. It's some glitches, repeatable patterns. But I think luck, this is tested. You can watch videos of other creators. Luck gets in your favor, and then you're able to win in situations that were impossible to win. Rin was talking about this, other creators, like legal situation. If something was stuck, you won in a court, you get included in the lawsuits, you get like free money out of nowhere. You just become increasingly lucky for some reasons. But speaking of the biggest benefit, I will repeat myself. First one is cognitive abilities to learn new things, and second one is your mental clarity and mental sharpness. Before like while living in LA and before SR, I was struggling a lot with mental health, moodiness, kind of like bipolar stuff or whatever, antidepressants, psychiatrists, talking to this doctor. Once I got on SR, you feel mentally so sharp. Mental health is strong as your morning wood, if you know what I mean. The favorite benefit is the strength of the mental health. You're able to tolerate way more and handle way more stress than an average person. If life throws like lots of shit on you, SR helps you to hold the shield like this and protects you from shit that is coming your way. And even if shit gets in your face, you just wash up and you get stronger. But before SR, you just carried the shit on your face and you cried like a pussy all of the time. So benefits, maybe partially like physical, though attraction plateau a little bit, but SR is a journey with behind the scenes that happens behind the scenes. So the benefits, spiritual benefits, I think they never plateau. Lots of things are happening that we do not even aware of. So Hi Bogdan, I would like to mention that in Russian the word goal and healing come from the same root word. So goal, healing. Stay strong, everybody. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. You should interview You're Not Alone. I sent him an invitation. I think he's around 1 year streak. No reply. So I think some people need time, or maybe they scared of Bogdan's questions. So we'll see. But he's a cool dude. I learned a lot from him. Oh, that's a good question, guys. The next one. What are your thoughts on having friends that have been with you for years, but they are bringing you down to their low vibration? They have two options. They either grow with you or they fall off or you block them. That's it. No other option. If I feel, you see, there was a friend of mine of 12 years and I blocked him and I cut him off respectfully. And after this event, all of the things in my lives started growing. YouTube channel, business success, because, for instance, he knew me 12 years ago. We knew each other for 16 years, and he knows a version of myself that he got used to. And it's easy for him to see that version. But once I started changing, for me, every time I posted on social media or talked to him, I was bringing down myself subconsciously to his level, even if consciously I'm a different level, financially, spiritually. Like, I graduated from that vibration, but every time I spoke to him, I was trying to be lower than my current self. So I cut him off, and everything grows immediately, because subconsciously I realized I do not need to satisfy the perception of myself that he has in his mind. And I became, it felt like I cut off the weights from my ankles, and now I'm able to walk freely, if you know what I mean. So low vibrational friends need to go, not because they are worse people or because you're better, but because you're graduated vibrationally. You went from grade 2 to grade 7, and they are still vibrationally in the grade 2, if you know what I mean. So it's a good question. Do you often uh, okay, do you often argue with people? Do I often argue with people? No, I don't. I'm very selective with my attention. And when somebody tries to be an asshole, I try to play it off cool, respectful, and professional. But if the boundary is crossed and I need to fight back, I know how to fight back and put the person in the right place in the moment. So, but I am very selective with my energy right now and attention. Not because I'm a YouTube celebrity or SR YouTuber, but simply because I respect my time and energy. That's it. Sadhguru also does semen retention, Brahmacharya. You can search about him. Actually, I watched his video that Sadhguru doesn't says that marriage is not for everyone, and he doesn't understand the purpose fully of marriage. And I kind of support him in this claim. I don't remember the wording exactly, but I strongly believe that marriage and having kids is not for everyone in this lifetime, and people should stop copying each other and do what works for them. For someone, their kids is their biggest joy and inspiration. For someone, it's not, and that's totally okay. Study you and do you. Let me see some new questions, guys. We're going live. How did you find out about SR? I found out about SR around 2024, late 2024. I was relapsing with corn a lot while being in the relationships with a woman that we had long-term relationships with. So we've been together for 6 months, and I kept relapsing with corn while being in relationships. And I remember one night I cried, I screamed or prayed to God, to higher power, and I had a mentor back then, and I asked him to pray for me or just do some stuff. He's kind of like was a mushroom guy, a spiritual guy, psychic reader, whatever, and I cried a lot because I couldn't stop. And a couple of weeks later, I discovered the channel Semen Retention Archives, and I ordered the first book on semen retention. And after that, already in November 2024, I was on my first semen retention streak while being in the relationship. And from that moment, stuff started going uphill for me and downhill from my partner. We started being disconnected, less and less intimacy. I started experimenting with the streak. And in February 2025, I realized that after the relapse, after again 17 days of a streak, I mentally feel less sharp, weaker, and more depleted. And a couple of months later, the breakup came up. So I would say 2024, October, life-changing moment, then going on SR deeper and deeper and deeper and seeing the benefits of it while being in the relationship with the hottest and the most attractive woman ever that matched everything that I needed, and the dude went for a conscious breakup. This is how SR works. Let me see. Hey Bogdan, what do you think about Watchers? Watchers, you mean monitoring spirits or the show on Netflix, or what is that? Uh, where are you? Milan? Greetings. No, I'm in Los Angeles, guys. Why did you start SR? To find out why I'm here on Earth, and what does the universe and unseen wants from me exactly, and also to improve my mental health, my financial situation, to pay off the debt, and to make a breakthrough finally, to stop going up and down. You see, like in Los Angeles, like that, you make a little bit of money, meet the girl, start having intimacy, lose the momentum, then make money again, lose the momentum. So on SR, I decided to go like this. And I would say to exit the survival immigrant mentality and become more selective and improve my mental health. But to be honest, to make a breakthrough, and I saw the correlation between me having the wildest intimacy with the girlfriend, releasing 2-3 times, and then recovering for 7-10 days, and I'm like, damn, I'm losing the momentum. And oh, somebody accepted Bogdan's that's a project that I'm working on, that's just an invitation. Okay, let me see your question. Bogdan, you like training? Yes, I do. I started training for the last, I would say, 2-3 weeks regularly. Based on my SR journey, I developed a training based on AI, I would say my blood tests, so a personalized training with images, and I followed the routine. I'm the routine and discipline guy. I like following the schedules rather the inspiration and oh, today I don't feel like it. I'm not this type of guy. Routines and discipline will make you extremely successful no matter what industry you're in. Bro, do you smoke weed or do you drink alcohol? No, never dealt with weed or alcohol, even after being almost 11 years in California. The reason why, my granddad, when I was a kid, he was drinking heavily, and I saw a drunk person all of the time. He was falling, I saw lots of blood, he was like pooping himself, crazy images, and I developed disgust towards alcoholics and alcohol. When, for example, before, I remember when my mom like got a little drink, and I saw that her consciousness shifted, I immediately do not want to deal with drunk people. Drunk people trigger me. I do not have hate towards those who have alcohol addiction, but as soon as I see the person who I knew acts differently, it takes me back to the childhood. Speaking of weed, somehow registered my brain that it makes you stupider, slower, and cuts the corners. You're not freaking ambitious when you smoke, and I also lucky I didn't do that. I think a man who drinks alcohol can never do semen retention for a long time. Yes, because alcohol erases mental borders and limits. You become this like free creative spirit and soul, like, hey girl, how are you, would you like a drink? And then your SR streak of 200 days, slowly you don't remember that you're on a streak, and if she wants you, you go with the flow, you bust, you wake up, and then I mean, yeah. SR gives me discipline and momentum. There is no going back, brother. I feel you. You see, somebody lost a mom because of alcohol, brother. I grew up like this too. Yeah, when you experience certain emotions as a child, or experiences, it leaves scars on you for a long time. Stuff that you see as a child. Maybe your parents were screaming and were getting a divorce. It's very traumatizing for the child. But I don't think we have to be victims of our circumstances. Just remember, on this earth, trauma, no matter where you're coming from, alcoholics family, rich family, poor family, trauma is the requirement. You see, we have digital imprint. Trauma is an earthly imprint that every soul has to go through. Even if you have the most perfect parents, the child will have a trauma, because After 30, you have to find out what the trauma is and work on it and share your experience with other people, maybe help other people, but do not blame parents, circumstances. We on this channel, on this live stream, we're not playing the victim card. We're champions all here, okay? Because we are on SR. Bogdan glow is phenomenal. Thanks for noticing that. I'm also fasting, so this is crazy. I think I'm freaking ready to go on a Hollywood interview right now because this is a celebrity energy, to be honest. What do you think about? We have 80 people still. Second hour. I'm ready to go, guys. Are you enjoying this live stream? Let me know in the comments because I'm freaking. As I said, a nerd. I'm gonna answer all of the questions and I'm having fun. I got into the flow and I'm genuinely enjoying this live stream. Let's freaking go. Just let me know in the comments. It's second hour. To be honest, I love it so much. I can do that for freaking 24 hours, for 10 hours. See, but Bogdan could have easily become an OF model, so handsome, cool, but he decided to go the narrow path of semen retention. So we eventually OF industry and corn industry will fall and SR industry will win. By the way, we have to, you see, also another note, people have this corn Oscars, they have OF awards like the best model, the best scene, and I'm like, why don't we have semen retention awards? Like imagine the biggest streak, the biggest balls, I don't know, the more spiritual practitioner. Maybe, I mean, it's hard to invite everyone to Los Angeles or fly out, but maybe as the first step, we're gonna do, we're gonna do a Zoom, via Zoom, online semen retention awards. Imagine once a year or once every 6 months, all of the retainers connect. I'm the host, of course, and we just getting some badges and awards. The shortest streak, 13 minutes, congrats. The most depleted fuck, 17 relapses a day, congrats. And he goes on stage and gets an award. Imagine if we had this. This is super cool. One day there will be a professional SR competition. I highly agree, but you see, how do we pre-qualify also people who want, for example, who just liars, but they say they're on 100 days. So I think SR competition should be like this. If we talk about YouTube content, imagine 3 creators, they are on the same days of 100 days and they, for example, have 0 money and need to make a breakthrough. There should be like some challenges and like, let's say people on the same streak, same financial level, but they go through some challenges and they document it for content, or I will come up with this. I will get more downloads. So, oh, you're from LA. People are really suffering, bro. I subbed. I make YouTube shorts on my kitties. They will make you smile. I mean, I'm smiling, praying, fasting. You're a good fluent speaker. Throat chakra is active. You see, when you're on SR, little joke from Bogdan. When you are on SR, your throat chakra is active. But when you perform in the corn industry, your throat is working. So, what do you think of eating meat? I stopped eating meat. I switched to fish and veggies, and my urges went 90% down. How crazy is that? Because when we buy meat in America from the groceries, we don't know what that animal ate, how it was killed. So I switched, and I feel way better and mentally sharper. How many times? Okay, good question. Luka Modric from Real Madrid, 41 years old, asking me how many times you ask yourself why you do that, or is it even worth it? I stopped asking myself, is it even worth it after 120 days. I realized the benefits and correlation between everything that is happening. So self-education helped me to erase this question of is it even worth it? That's the first thing. And Why do I do that? I have my personal protocol written down. Why am I doing this right now based on the context of my life? I think one of the reasons of a successful SR streak is a huge amount of responsibility in a life for a person or for a family, or lots of shit are happening and your SR holding this shit as a foundation. And deep down, you know right now, if you go on a hub or if you release, not only you go down, but people who depend on you. So I know my whys. I have, for everybody who goes on SR, I highly recommend writing 10 topics, like 10 bullet points of why you're doing this SR journey. And you can put it on a home screen or have a huge poster, but you have to have visible access to that. Because I remember at the beginning of the streak, I had a chance to sleep with the most, beautiful women, goddesses. And even if when we drank tea and they get inside the room and they were ready, there were instances, because simply I looked at my schedule and looked through my whys, I was able to put a woman on Uber, gave her a hug, and wish her well. That's it. That's how strong it is when you know your wife. You're able to refuse the prettiest, the hottest woman in the moment that can bring you so much pleasure, but absolutely nothing long term. So your why will absolutely help you to persevere if you know why you're doing this. Someone donated. Yes, I saw that. By the way, guys, if you like this stream, if you like this stream, and if you want to, are we live? Yeah, we're still live. Somebody donated, damn, $5 on a stream. That's listen, that's a serious amount of money in today's economy and world, and I deeply appreciate it. Let me review some comments. Actually, I like watching from the screen. Damn, I got disconnected for a second and we lost 10 people. Bogdan, Thank you for the donation, by the way. As I said, if you want to support the stream, the future of the podcast, and just Bogdan, you can donate as well. Any amount is welcome. We're not, Okay, 70 people are back. You see, Bogdan, they saw my pretty face. And okay, let's see. Well, we have a question from the person who donated. Ankan Anderson. The past 2 weeks, a guy at work, 60 plus, poor health, talks in my office forever. Instead of 5M. Drawn to my energy, good, bad, that I give positive vibes. Let me just review this question again. Bogdan the streamer. No, it was it says 50 in his currency, but it's $5 in my currency, so it's 50 NK. I don't know, NOK. I don't know what the person, but let's get a priority. Let's give him like first, and now let's give him a priority answer. So again, the past 2 weeks, a guy at work, 60 plus years old, poor health, talks in my office forever. Instead of 5 minutes, drawn to my energy, good, bad, that I give positive vibes. First, let's find out what's your streak. But if we do not know your streak, older people, so I work with older people also in my rental business. Older people wants to hang out a lot, and there is one woman who suddenly started reaching out. Older woman, I saved her life in 2018. She got almost hit by a car. She had some mental issues, didn't notice the car coming. I screamed, and I saved her life. She suddenly again started texting me, calling me. Speaking of the person at your office, I don't know if you want to stay connected with him, but he will be drawn to your energy. Older people, they are naturally drawn to youth. On your streak, you project youth, and people want to hang out with you a lot. At the pool, when I work out, older people just keep asking me like, oh, you gotta be walking here for a whole day? Or like, what's your secret? all of a sudden everybody wants to have a conversation. But I will emphasize that you will have to be selective with your energy and your attention, because you will have the right to do that. My advice, do not give away easily. Only give yourself to the people who deserve it. If this co-worker, you want to give him energy, give him some respect, like 5-10 minutes, but do not become a life savior or a family member. That's important. But he definitely reacts to your energy. Let me know if I answered your questions. Resets nervous system. Why do I experience certain close friends start to treat me badly, verbally, for no clear reason after around 130, 150 days of SR? It's because it's hard for them to accept a new version of you. And you can watch my video also on my channel, how I almost lost my streak of 300 days because of the comment. I believe that spirits are attached to people, and when you grow on this streak, spirits try to influence people around you to say something to trigger you, so you lose your streak. Hate, you can experience hate. So imagine before SR, you're the guy who makes $5 a day. On SR of 130 days, you're a spiritual millionaire already. People know that you have money, spiritual money. They are not able to explain why they feel the certain way, and now your presence triggers them for some reason. That's why they want you to, from this higher vibration, graduate lower and match their frequency. Now they feel comfortable. When you're depleted, broke, not confident. When you go on 130 days, I mean, brother, those people, if you go longer, for a long time, because right now around 337 days, I do not have real friends. I feel more comfortable doing these streams, talking to people online, rather than hang out with the people who hang out with me when I was depleted and not super confident. So that's another thing. Let's see. Thank you, Bogdan. You're welcome. Fishing, reading, writing, hiking, working out. 8 years celibate. 8 years celibate, brother. This is some. It's great that you're not eating meat anymore, because meat is low vibration. Stay away. Yes, it's low vibration, but we also have to realize that habits change gradually. And we have to, you see, some people are able to quit cold turkey or get, they were on 2 days of SR and now they are 785. Not all bodies, brains, and nervous systems are able to make such a drastic shift. So yes, I agree on a meat, but we have to be conscious. Thanks for the answer. Okay, guys, so many questions. Keep dropping questions. We're gonna keep going. What do you think about taking cold showers? Good question. I take cold showers every day. This one important, what I'm about to drop. First, I'll answer this question right away, but I will talk about the routines as well. Every day, you have to, at 10 p.m., I don't know what time you go to bed, to pre-plan your morning routine on a piece of paper. You have to orchestrate your sexual energy and guide your sexual energy every day. So I approach life as a routine guy. As I said, I'm inspired by Ronaldo, Steph Curry, LeBron, people who live in a constant state of routines, because it will make you successful. So in the morning, I have around 6 routines, 6 steps that I need to cross out and to follow. It's called mind movie, shower, cold shower, subliminal audio, gym, prayer, and I'll show you on a piece of paper, reading 20 minutes to orchestrate my attention. So when before I start my day, on a piece of paper, I have these things. So for example, first thing, I wake up in the morning, I do the technique called mind movie. I edited the movie with Pinterest and Canva, or Adobe Premiere. For 5 minutes, I watch the movie of my dream life, and I have 4 of those different movies. Depending on the context of my life, I turn on different movies. For example, today I have like life goal movie, relationship movie. I switch those movies, but I need to sharpen my attention. So I watch first thing in the morning, mind movie, done, crust. The next one, I go down and I start my, actually no, after the mind movie, I do the prayer from the Bible, Psalm 70. So prayer for 20 minutes out loud. I don't know, in your language you can do the same. So you basically, I almost like scream the prayer, like dear God, da 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 da, like a performer. So prayer done. Then I go down and I start with the cold shower. I do 3 times. I run. I basically rush inside the cold shower 3 times. Then I finish it, crust. Then I lay down and I do the subliminal audios. For 20 minutes. I have 2 recordings. I listen to the audio. I do the programming. So programming 1 audio 10 minutes, 1 audio 10 minutes after that, done. After that, I do the training in the morning. So it's 45 minutes or 60 minutes, done. And after that, I do the reading of 20 minutes to sharpen my focus and attention before I start the day. So every SR practitioner has to pre-plan your routines and your schedule the day in advance. Doesn't matter if you work for yourself or if you run a business or work for a company. Your morning is your sacred time of your routine, and you have to protect your attention and set up, do something hard in the morning that guarantees you success already for the rest of your day. To sum it up, you have to be a champion of your day without external validation. And this is what routines give me. That's my tip. Let me know actually if that resonates, but I love living in a state of routine. Let me just reply real quick to a client because somebody just texted, and I love this. Love this time. Okay, we have more. How do you actually love this comment of the state of routines? But cold showers actually help to generate the. Let me see. I love this live stream. A cold shower help to also shake off the urges. Supporting from Australia. Thank you, brother. Somebody agrees on the routines. By the way, when I get to wet dreams, I usually relapse there because the urges are crazy after the next dream. I really hate it though. But brother, your brain is tricking you. SR police, remember, hands up, SR police. Imagine if Bogdan comes to you with the flashlight and it's just like, SR police, hands up. And you're just like, I do nothing, Bogdan, I do nothing. And you're just like, oh yeah, hold it for 1 freaking week and the urges will be gone. And you're just like, okay. And then you overcome. So it's a trick. It's a trick by your brain. After the wet dream, do not freaking touch yourself. Buy, I don't know, handcuffs. Put them behind your back so you don't touch your sword. Okay, somebody is on 121 days of retention. How do you have fun, brother? Oh, that's a good question. How do I have fun? How do I have fun? First, I love doing YouTube. I always wanted to do this. For me, it's super fun and I feel incredibly happy right now that I'm helping people. I'm on a mission. I like recording videos. I like playing piano. I like dancing electro. So I dance electro, I move. How do I have fun? Sometimes I'm a creative troublemaker. I can make jokes on the street or when I interact with unusual situations. For fun, what else for fun? I like going to aqua park, like a kid. You buy a ticket, you drive, and you just like you go on those roller coasters. You see, not emotional roller coasters, but real roller coasters, And I love for fun going to aqua park. It makes me so happy. I'm a water sign. I'm a Cancer. I love water, and it makes me incredibly happy and fun. That's it. So let's see. Why does the shaved Lion King think he's the only guy on 1000 days? I don't know. You have to ask him. I don't know why he's the only one, but I think Dante Young is also 1000 days. He's the legend. So let me see the questions above. Cold showers, embracing. So somebody, I'm jealous of the purity in bro's eyes. LOL. Brother, first of all, you're a human, and I can relate to this, but don't be jealous, because you will get there eventually. Come on, you discovered Bogdan's channel. You watch every video. I literally shared the whole game in every video. Do not have anything back. If you follow this step by step, you will just repeat Bogdan's strategy, and your eyes will be shining as well. But I'm no need to be jealous. But I understand you. I understand. Give yourself a year of experimentation and trying new things, and you will be on a same streak. Okay. Hey Bogdan, I almost relapsed today on 120 days. I remember why I started this journey and stopped just in time. What do you do to avoid lust and relapses? I answered this question earlier. In define your why. Why are you doing retention? Because everybody does it on YouTube, because you want to be a SAR YouTuber. Maybe you want to attract a woman after 30 days and bang. Maybe you want to build a Shopify business and become an e-commerce guy who makes $50,000 a month and achieve financial freedom. I think every retainer has to find a deeper why that only resonates with you. Maybe you want to help animals or kids with cancer. Before you jump on a long streak, everybody has to do a self-inventory of why am I going this time longer, for 90 days, for 180, or a year, or even more. What's your personal why? Not Bogdan's why, not Shaved Lion King's why, not Rin's why. What's your why? That's it. That's how I would answer this question. How is the stream, guys, so far? Somebody 26 days. I apologize in advance if I missed some questions. I try to go one by one. Let me sneeze real quick. Okay, somebody's praying, fasting. How you feel? This live stream fire. It's my first live from Bogdan. Welcome, brother. We should be doing this more consistently on Sundays. Somebody drinks alcohol and weed. No corn. Of course, no corn. What about asking yourself, why not? Why not? You mean why not SR or why not relapsing? Bogdan, are you Russian? No. Okay, brother, I binge drank alcohol, came to porn, smoked weed, binge smoked weed before yesterday. When should I start retaining again with full force? I mean, it's a good question, but that's the question you should ask yourself as well, depending on your goals. Sometimes it seems like your dopamine system is overfried right now, and you need to calm down first to shake off all of these forces that you've experienced. But it's a good question, but you should ask it yourself. I wouldn't ask it Bogdan, because it's kind of like transferring responsibility to another person. But if I would answer, you should start again as soon as possible, as soon as you can, and so you can achieve your goals. That's pretty much it. You are a warrior, Bogdan. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm from freaking Troy movie, from a Royan Empire. We're just gonna go with Brad Pitt to fight some Jezebels right now. Cold showers are awesome during winter, yeah, but also I'm thinking of implementing the ice bath. Maybe I will order a home mini ice bath, so I'm able to spend more time in cold. And actually, if you noticed, so cold water shrinks your dick. So before, for example, you when you took a shower, your sword looked like a corn actor era. Now, after cold shower, it looks invisible because it's like squeezes back, the body shrinks, and your friend is invisible now. You're not able to go back to your corn actor era because you start taking cold showers and nobody knows that you have a sword. So that's another strategy to hide your sword. Bogdan, did you quit caffeine? Yes, almost. Yes, I almost quit. The only guilty pleasure, and it's not an advertising. I sometimes I get this drink yerba madre with no sugar, sometimes with sugar. It just before I was addicted to Red Bull a lot, and now I get that drink as my guilty pleasure from time to time. So not fully quit caffeine yet, but on the way to that. Okay. Okay, we have 60 people. I'm addicted to soda. Yeah, soda actually, you know what, especially Pepsi caused me to relapse in the past. In order to overcome the urges sometimes when I want to get a hit of dopamine right here, right now, what it gives usually, physical intimacy with the woman or corn. But I found the third option from my childhood. It's McDonald's. It's not the healthiest, but when I'm horny as fuck, I just go online and I ordered stuff that my father bought me when we went to McDonald's together. So like double cheeseburger, Coca-Cola fries, and I have my guilty pleasure. Yeah, not the best option, but still way better than a relapse. So, but soda, I figured when I drank lots of Pepsi, relapsing nonstop. Urges are crazy. You're holding your sword, you're going back and forth and stuff like that. How we doing, guys? 2 hours. Come on, Bogdan streaming. Bogdan the streamer. You see, that's the power of the balls. Okay. Why not as? Why? I enjoy the stories and experience you share on your journey. Thank you, brother. I'm sharing from the experience and from the bottom of my heart everything that happened. When was the last time you watched corn? Good question. Actually, we have a corn-free anniversary soon. Let me just look at my calendar here. I will review the notes, but actually last time it was end of July 2025. I'll see the exact date. I think also one of the reasons why I was able to fully quit corn and self-touch is also because I kept self-educating myself, and I found the famous document online that is called No Fap Bad Luck. It's 180 pages. I remember I printed it out like double-sided, it probably 360 pages, and for 2 weeks, every day for 2-3 hours after work, I was studying that document, connecting the dots between relapsing of other people and my personal journey. And I found the correlation. Damn, this shit is real. And something clicked on my brain. I should drop this document in my Telegram community. Let me know if you didn't hear about that document. But actually, corn-free. I'm corn-free for what day is today? So July 26th. I will check the exact date, but it's probably the last time I watched was July the 30th or 29th. But I'm actually 1 year corn-free, and it feels so liberating that you do not rely on this as a coping mechanism because you feel the difference and you read the stories of other people, how it fucks up your mental health. That's probably the biggest accomplishment of the year. So I'm addicted to show. Okay, listen to this guy, guys. This is important. Somebody says, I just want to share an experience. There was intense urges last night before sleep, but I didn't succumb. And today I was offered 1K online job from basically nothing. Boom. Some people might argue it's a placebo, it's a coincidence. Fucking no. Go on Reddit, go on Google, put nofap bad luck, and read the stories of other people's and study the patterns. You will see that people lose their high-tech jobs. For instance, the recent one, the guy was on 5 months of SR, 150 days, got promoted, invited to high-end tech job, relapsed with corn 5 times, 5 days later got fired. Coincidence, huh? No, because he lowered his vibration. He went from this new high-tech job with different people. He watched corn 5 times during the day. He jumped into a traveling machine and vibrationally traveled into a different frequency. Bye-bye, new job. I'm not trying to scare you, but just listen to your stories. Listen to the stories of other people. What are your favorite books? What are my favorite books? I am such a big book nerd, and my guilty pleasure, I ordered the books, even if I'm reading other ones. I have hundreds of books always coming in, like Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, the David Goggins books. Like, I have so many when it comes to business, but recently I ordered lots of spiritual books, and I'm curious about compulsive behavior and sexual addictions cases, because I love collecting the patterns. But speaking of my favorite books, I would say it's the book that changed my life is Martin Eden by Jack London. I read that book when I was around 18 or 17 or maybe 16. It completely changed my life. It developed my character of persistence, of a discipline, and made me realize that nothing is impossible to achieve with the power of persistence. And actually, this book, I would say, helped me a lot to move to LA without anything, without parent support, without money, only with the power of persistence. So this is favorite book. But another one, as I said, you said books, is Semen Retention manuscript. Let me see if I have it here. But I have so many. Yeah, this is the book of this guy, Semen Retention Archives. He has Semen Retention manuscript volume 1 and volume 2, and I read everything with the highlighter. I highly recommend reading everything with the highlighter, because you can get back to the book and reread it again. Let me actually. Another one is this one, Compound Effect. It shows you that habits and consistency always win long term. But I actually, maybe I'll make in the future my private book club, or we'll be dropping some books that changed my life, so we can read together. But other than that, but I have so many. I probably have 400 books, but you see them. Semen Retention manuscript. This is the first book that changed my life. Then I started supporting this guy, so I have 2. And this one, Montek Chia, How to Circulate Energy. As I said, guys, I'm a big book nerd, pattern collector nerd, and stuff like that. Moving on, how to protect aura. How to protect aura. How to protect aura, staying prayed up and asking angels, spiritual guides for protection. When you pray, to make sure that the prayer landed, you have to feel this. I feel the aura around me, that I'm like, okay, now we're good with this prayer. And then like, okay, do I feel the spiritual shield? No, not yet. 20 more minutes. And also, I highly recommend, that's another practice on SR. So on my wall, I have the picture of my grandpa and grandma who passed away. But I talked to my ancestors on SR. I call their names, first name, last name, and once I feel their presence, I feel the goosebumps in the back. And once I'm connected with them, I ask them, after reading the prayer, I ask them for guidance, I ask them for protection, I ask them to guide my eyes, my thoughts to the stuff that I need to do and protect me from the stuff that is not from me. So spiritual shield, protection, connecting to the ancestry and ancestors who passed away, talking to angels, and staying prayed up. That's how you protect your aura. You were talking about yerba madre, weren't you? The green and yellow cans, right? Good stuff. Yes, good stuff and addicting stuff. Why does SR practice attract so much ill and deranged individuals? Because they want you to get back on their frequency. For some reason, they do not want you to elevate. Looking like a super villain. Yes, Bogdan today is in the mood, but also it's a full moon, but I'm fasting. When you fasting, you look handsome as well. Damn, guys, third hour of a live stream, we have 72 people. I answered this question, let's answer this again in a different way. Do you find that semen retention makes low vibrational people act out? I live in LA also and noticed in sketchy areas people seem glitched out by me. I'm on a day 97 today out of 454 targeted goal. If on semen retention and fasting, if you go to the areas with homeless people or mentally ill people, they will tell something about you that you didn't know, and they see something different. I tried it already 5 times, and every time they glitch and they react differently. Once around 200 days when I was in Skid Row, if you know that area, it's a really drugged area and people call it low vibe. When I was passing by the street with the homeless person, he told me that I see you are a spiritual maniac. I can feel your aura. This is what a homeless or mentally ill people said. Or like the guy was standing on the street and said like, don't go there. Like God is watching you, stuff like that. They drop some bombs, and I feel that mentally ill people or homeless people, they can be the soldiers of the divine that need to bring you a message that you need to hear right in the moment. But society claims that they are weird, aggressive, dangerous. Yes, some of them can be, but I think the world of mentally ill people or homelessness have different rules that we are not able fully to comprehend. So I got messages from those circles at least 5 times, and I don't know if some of you familiar with my posts on Reddit. I got blocked out of jealousy or whatever on Reddit, even though I was dropping so much value for free. Admins just blocked me, but I was doing posts and I need to actually reread them because I'm so curious about my journey as well. Homeless people drop some wild messages sometimes that it's, what do you think about trauma release exercises? It's on my list. I haven't started them yet. So do you use willpower from corn blocker? I don't need this anymore, to be honest. I realized the dangers and harm of corn. I do not need a blocker personally, but if it's needed for you, use this, please. I just, my mentality registered that OF and corn and seeing 2 people do this is evil. It's destroying my mental health. It's taking my luck and money away. I just crossed out those dots, and I do not even need to look at corn. So do you read Think and Grow Rich? Yes, I read that book long time ago. SR manuscript is a good too if you know the book. Yes, I just mentioned that. I just go back to the questions and do you play video games? No, I don't. The only video game that I played at the beginning of the streak, I have an old MacBook Pro. Somehow I installed the Pro Evolution Soccer or FIFA on my Mac, and I love, I used to play football in Europe for 10 years professionally. I just love playing football on the computer because it makes my brain think, especially when I choose a weak team and I play against, for example, Barcelona, and you choose like Sporting or even a weaker team, so you need to think because you don't have lots of physical stamina of other players, and you play against Messi, so rather than running you have to be strategic with your passing. So for me, playing video games, especially football or soccer, develops my mental thinking. How cool is that? You mentioned that you should start retaining as soon as possible after binge drinking junk food, weed, gym, whole month. Could you give me a rough idea of how many days I should retain? The good start would be from 14 to 21 days, but the question is, what are you going to be doing after this? Are you going to binge again or go start drinking? But ideal, I would say, the range of 21, 30 days before setting new goals or understanding what do you want inside. Last four women I attracted were legitimate bipolar disorder. On long streaks, they tend to show up. Feels hopeless meeting a high quality woman even on SR. Don't get hopeless. I think women that we attract in longer streaks of SRs, some of them are tests, some of them are blessings. You have to learn how to differentiate over time. But it's freaking not easy. You see, also on SR, I figured that you have to be a mental and spiritual wizard rather than the pusher, because the strategies that worked for me when I was depleted do not work right now when I am on long streak. On SR, we have to attract rather than chase. And I'm the guy usually who pushes, chases, sends emails, a pushy executor. Like the person who takes tons of actions. So maybe with relationships on long streaks of SR, it's different, but it's my longest streak ever. So I don't know. Ancient archives changed my life. Same for me. Do you think you can learn that all without the books? I mean, make the experience by yourself. Good question. Here's what I've noticed. I'm currently reading a book. I read the book about women, relationships, and other stuff. I figured when I watch reels, when I scroll, when I become like everybody else on social media, do the same habits, I became stupider, weaker. My attention span is weaker. When I read books, I feel that I'm becoming smarter. I get new knowledge. I think reading books in 2026, no matter what generation you are, will completely make you a different person. Look at Christopher Nolan, for example. This guy, the director of Interstellar, Odyssey right now, he has an opportunity for this financially. Yes, he doesn't have an iPhone. He doesn't do emails. He says he simply wants to enjoy the beauty of life. And this is what makes him unique and different, because his imagination from a different generation. I figured when we scroll, watch reels, or get the information from the same source like everybody else, we become stupider and we become like everybody else. But our soul, your soul, is unique. My soul is different, not better. You're not better than anyone else. I'm not better. But I think reading books makes you different. And actually, for example, if I read this book, Compound Effect, I become, while reading this book, the author of this book, and I start living differently than my previous version. So from the book, you get a download that stays with you forever. But from IG Reels, we don't remember what we watched on a shorts yesterday. But when I read the book or practice the piano, the skill stays with me forever. That's the trick. So to answer your question, some people do not read books and they are incredibly articulate or smart. Like Rin, for example. Rin told me that he doesn't read books, but this soul, this guy, he has lots of knowledge. For me, I love reading, and I would say reading literature will make you, no matter what the topic is, will make you more advanced, more articulate, and more knowledgeable. You have to be versatile on different topics. You have to know the spiritual stuff, the business stuff, history, arts. You will be an interesting person. But what's funny, recently when I was talking with the students at the event, they are like 19, 20, they think that Uncle Bogdan is outdated. They said, why do we need to read the whole book if we can put the PDF file in the AI and summarize everything and read this book within 10 minutes? And I was like, well, but how deep would you understand philosophy or something deep? So, but they were laughing at me, thinking that Uncle Bogdan is stupid. It's a debate. So they think that AI summarizes with them, breaks down the whole stuff, and now they are able to have a deep conversation about Homer Odyssey book, for example. But it's such a complicated literature. You see, I think AI erases people's ability to think deep, and people delegate a lot of AI and they lose intuitive connection with themselves. If you DM a girl and she doesn't know whether she should go with you on a date or say no, she wants, but some part of you doesn't know if that's the right choice. And here's the biggest downfall of the society. Instead of asking her gut whether she should go with you or not, she's asking AI. And that's the banger right there. She uploads maybe your profile pictures, your freaking captions, and asks AI whether she should go with you. And AI makes decision for her or for him. But what about the gut feeling? What about intuition? So AI, besides helping people, is disconnecting people from intuitive source of divine decisions. So this is how I said that. Bogdan. Bogdan, are you Serbian? No. Okay. Bogdan, share some synchronicities stories. Oh my God, there are so many. There are so many, but the wildest one, when the women were saying some wild stuff after knowing me for 30 minutes or a minute, that like, it's crazy. Please watch my milestone videos. I break down in details, but there's so many with timing, 11 11 11, 7 timing numbers, people reaching out from 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, this rabbit hole is endless. If I start talking, it's gonna be so many hours. Did you ask Ross Based for a podcast? Yes, I did, and he ignored my messages probably 4 times. So would you share how you wash your hair? I have a shampoo that works for my hair. I took actually a shower before this live stream. I think it's Dove brand or stuff like that. I will drop the link once they send me the partnership request. Where you played in Europe? I'm not gonna say where, but I was a left midfielder. I'm a lefty. I play with the left hand. Please help, brother. When can I start retaining again? After my binge sessions day before yesterday. I'll retain for years. When you start retaining, if you don't self-touch, if SR police coming, hands up, you will be retaining for long streak. But first, calm down and try not to go on a binge. Watch a video on my page regarding the binge, because this is the highest stuff. Bogdan, read Daily Stoic, but Ryan Holiday. Ryan Holiday drops really nice books. I have 3 books of his that are on the list. One of those is Discipline is the Destiny. Like, subscribed. Guys, I think people are saying hi. Oh, it's been 2 hours and we're gonna be wrapping up. Okay. So many, but I'm so grateful to see you today. Let me see. People say hi. So many questions. Damn. What do you think about caffeine? I think I answered pretty much. Okay. That's let's do a couple of more questions and we're gonna wrap it up. Even though I enjoy the likes, the money, the people who are watching, we have 60 people for the whole duration of live stream. Okay, is it guaranteed that people from your past will come back into your past? Because that's the main reason why I wanna SR. Well, I track everything. So usually same people reach out around 21 days, 25, 28. I don't know how they sense it, but ask yourself, why do you want to have people back from the past? Because when you're SR, you're on new frequency, and those people do not belong to a new frequency of you. So ask yourself, why do you want those people from the past? If you really genuinely want to reconnect, send the message now. Why the SR? SR, it's a graduation, as I said, from a previous circle to a new frequency, new people and new blessings waiting for you on an SR journey, brother. So I think that's it, guys, for today. I loved how this stream went. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. It's been, hold on, so 2.5 hours, but I love doing this so much. I'm gonna post this stream on my YouTube channel and drop the link in my Telegram community. If you are not there, go to the description of my channel and join the chat of this series, Retainers. And I will drop the link tomorrow of this live stream. I'll do the timestamps, everything nicely. Thanks for watching, Pathfinders. Greetings from Bogdan, and stay strong. The full moon right now is coming. So we have 26, 27, 28, 3 days before the full moon. Full moon in 3 days. And then 4 days after the full moon. Stay vigilant. Do not touch yourself. Remember, SR police. If you want to touch yourself, Bogdan with the flashlights shows up in the middle of your room. So stay strong, my friend. So I'll see you in the next one, and cheers.